Imagine walking into a dojo where legends breathe, polished wood floors, the silent echo of discipline, and in the center, a man whose name carried weight around the world. 8th Dan Aikido Master. Billionaire. A man who didn't just break boards, he broke business records, shattered expectations, and rebuilt lives. But on this particular day, his challenge wasn't aimed at a fellow martial artist or a corporate rival. No. He turned toward him, and standing in the shadows, a single dad, a worn-out soul with calloused hands and tired eyes. "You," the billionaire said, pointing. "Spar with me." The room froze. The single dad paused, then cracked a gentle smile and replied, "Only if you promise not to cry." And that moment changed everything. Before we go any further, if you're already hooked, don't forget to like the video, and subscribe for more powerful stories just like this. Because what happens next isn't just about fighting. It's about fatherhood, pride, pain, healing, and the quiet strength found in unexpected places. The single dad's name was Ray. An ex-serviceman. Decorated, but forgotten. A man who once ran into war zones without blinking, now folding laundry, making lunches, working nights just to keep the lights on for his 7-year-old daughter, Emily. He hadn't stepped into a dojo in years. But he hadn't forgotten. Aikido was in his bones, not the techniques, necessarily, but the philosophy: blend, redirect, never attack, always protect. The billionaire, Master Kenjiro Tanaka, was known for his discipline, his immense wealth, and his unshakable calm. But beneath his polished public image, he was on a mission. A quiet, personal quest to find what he called unseen warriors, people whose strength wasn't broadcast, whose resilience never made headlines. Ray hadn't come to the dojo to spar. He'd brought Emily to watch. She'd been struggling at school, bullied, withdrawn. And someone had suggested a martial arts class might help her build confidence. Kenjiro noticed Ray the moment he walked in. Not for how he looked, but how he moved. Every step told a story. Every reaction held restraint. Every glance, awareness. So when Kenjiro called him out, it wasn't arrogance. It was instinct. He saw something in Ray the world had missed. Ray hesitated. His daughter tugged at his sleeve, wide-eyed. "You can do it, Daddy." He smiled. "Only if you promise not to cry," he repeated, playfully, to Kenjiro. The crowd laughed, unsure if it was a joke. Kenjiro nodded, removing his black belt and tossing it to the side. "No titles," he said. "Just two men. Let's begin." What followed wasn't a fight. It was poetry. It wasn't brute strength, but balance, flow, timing. They danced, silent and swift. Kenjiro attacked with master precision, but Ray countered with something deeper. Something born from real-life battles, not tournaments. Each time he redirected a blow, it wasn't just skill. It was experience. Every movement whispered, "I've seen worse. I've survived worse. I fight with love now, not fear." The dojo fell silent. Even Emily, usually bouncing in her seat, sat still, eyes wide, watching her father move like water, like wind. Then something unexpected happened. Kenjiro faltered. One step too slow. One block too high. And Ray, instead of exploiting it, paused. He could have ended it. Instead, he stepped back. Offered his hand. Kenjiro looked up, and smiled. "You're not just strong," he said softly. "You're whole." After the spar, people clapped, not out of excitement, but reverence. Something sacred had just happened. A lesson was taught. Not with words, but with presence. Kenjiro later revealed that he had been seeking a successor. Not to his fortune, but to his mission, to travel, to find strength where the world saw none, and to remind people of their worth. He offered Ray a role as co-instructor for a foundation teaching martial arts to kids in underserved communities, including free classes for veterans and single parents. Ray declined, at first. "I'm not a hero," he said. "You are to her," Kenjiro replied, pointing to Emily. And that broke him. Not with shame. With healing. Ray accepted, but on one condition: every student would be taught the value of peace over pride, and every class would start with a simple rule. No belts. No titles. just people learning how not to fight. Today, Ray travels across cities with Emily by his side. The girl who once cried in bathrooms now leads warm-ups, fearless and proud. The man who once fought wars now teaches children how to avoid them. With presence, with love, and with purpose. And Master Kenjiro. He watches from the back of the room, smiling quietly, knowing the future is in good hands. So if this story touched you, even just a little, hit that like button, share it with someone who might need a reminder of their own strength, and subscribe for more true stories that restore your faith in people. Because sometimes the strongest warriors aren't the ones who punch hardest. They're the ones who choose not to. And they smile while doing it.